Hey YouTube, it's Glock Chef here. I've got my co-star Scout with me, and tonight we're going to talk to you about shotgun. This particular shotgun is a Mossberg 500. You can usually pick these up used for around $250 to $300. I picked this shotgun up at U.S. Defense Solutions in Greenwood, Indiana. One of my favorite gun shops. If you guys ever make it to Greenwood, you ought to check them out. They're located off County Line Road and 37 in beautiful Greenwood, Indiana. This particular shotgun, as you can see, is an older model. Features a wooden stock and a wooden pump. That's not something you typically find in shotguns these days. Most of what you're going to find on the rack is going to have a synthetic polymer stock of some kind. For your hunting shotguns, you're typically going to have camouflage covering the shotgun. But you're not really going to find this traditional look anymore, which is unfortunate because I think this has a classic look to it. It's solid, it's sturdy, it's reliable, and it just makes you feel good to hold something that's traditional in your hands. It's solid when you fire it. As you can see, it's got the 3-inch chambering on it, so you can use pretty much any shotgun shell your heart desires. There are 3 different things that you want to have on a shotgun for home defense, personal protection, truck gun, etc. First thing you want to have on your shotgun is a sling. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As you can see, there's nothing fancy here. It's just a simple 2-point sling connected to sling mounts on the front and back of the shotgun. What the sling allows you to do is it allows you to throw the shotgun over your shoulder and get your hands free. Say you have a child in your home, you're running to their bedroom to grab them. You know there's nothing out in the hallway at this point. You grab your kid, you run them back to the bedroom. You barricade yourself behind your bed, and you wait. You call 911, say, hey, there's someone in my house. You know, do what you got to do to defend your home at that point. Maybe you have to move an obstacle that's in your way. You're trying to get out of your home. Something's happened where you're trying to bug out. Maybe it's an end of the world type situation, which, let's face it, we all know probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. But hey, it's the internet. Anything can happen. So a sling is a great tool. You want to have this on hand on your gun, so that way if you need to get your gun out of your hands, you still have a way to hold the weapon with you. It's a way to keep you from having to set it down. Something happened where it gets knocked over, perhaps negligent discharge occurs, or perhaps you just need to get your hands free quickly. You just throw it over your shoulder. Problem solved. The next thing that you want to have on your shotgun is a side saddle. And the reason I say you want to have a side saddle is much like with a defensive handgun, where most of the encounters you're going to have are going to be solved by the rounds that are in the magazine of the pistol. Most of the encounters you're going to solve an encounter with a shotgun are going to be handled with the ammunition that is in the tube and on the side saddle. This gives you the option to have 6 in this particular instance, sometimes 5, sometimes 4. And I've even seen side saddles that hold up to 8 saddles. Typically those are on your more tactical shotguns, your military purpose shotguns, etc., etc. However, being that this is the great red, white, and blue America, anything they've got with the right amount of money and the right amount of patience, you can have too. So if you really desire the need to have an 8-shell holder on your shotgun, then by all means, you find it, you bolt it on there, and you rock out, you beautiful American you. The next thing that you want to have on your defensive shotgun, and really any defensive gun, is a flashlight and a mount of some kind. This particular mount is just a cheapie that I picked up for $25-$30, again at U.S. Defense Solutions. I already had the Streamlight light. I believe it's the Streamlight Polytac, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It's a light I've carried for a couple years, and I've since replaced with Streamlight Stingers that are rechargeable. So this has been a great little light to throw on the end of my shotgun. I've fired the shotgun several times with it. It's had no issues. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I've got a steady on. And then if I do come across a threat, I also have the ability to have a strobe mount as well to disorient a target and help make myself less of a perceivable entrance to them. All in all, there's a lot of people who say that these are obsolete. They say that a handgun is the best option for home protection. They say that the handgun is the best option for protecting your family, and that shotguns are unwieldy. They over-penetrate. Well, your typical shotgun, firing double-aught buck, which is what these are, and what this shell is here, as you can see, Hornady, reduced recoil, double-aught buck. That's your typical self-defense shell. It's going to be a couple large, I believe, 30 caliber pellets. Again, I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But then again, I'm on the internet, so everything I say is correct. These particular shotgun shells are my choice for home defense because they have reduced recoil, they have a lower powder load, which means they're going to be less powerful coming out of the barrel. Now, there's experts who will tell you that double-aught buck will penetrate drywall, that it'll penetrate sheetrock, that it'll penetrate wood and building materials. However, it's been my experience that after shooting through most common building materials, your average double-aught buck, while it is still going to pack a punch, isn't necessarily going to be lethal to anything standing on the other side. If you actually do take the time to train, become proficient with your shotgun, and make sure that you only fire on a target that you know 100% certain is a threat to you and your family, and you engage that target and you land a hit on that target, there is no worry of over-penetration. The shot shell is designed to dump all of its energy into the target, same as a hollow point is, same as any modern defensive ammunition. The other thing that I like about shotguns is the diversity of ammunition that you can use. Unlike a handgun, where you pretty much have to choose between hollow point and ball ammunition, a shotgun has the option to choose between buckshot and birdshot, depending on what hunting you're doing. I would not recommend anything smaller than a number 4 shot for home defense. Anything less than that is not going to have the knockdown or stopping power that you're looking for, in my personal opinion. If you so choose that you don't want to have your first round out of your shotgun to be lethal, you can load a beanbag into it. You can load pepper ball shells into it. There's a variety of different shells that you can equip your shotgun with for different reasons. I know guys who work security and law enforcement who carry 2 shotguns with them. One loaded with slugs and double-aught buck, and the other one is loaded with less than lethal shells. So if that's something you wanted to do, by all means, go ahead. And then you have the really extravagant stuff, flamethrower rounds. Those are really nothing more than a novelty and a gimmick, but darn, they sure are fun. So if you get the chance, I recommend you grab a couple of those. Just take the time, take them to a range where it's approved, or take them to private property where there's no issue with dry grass. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher or a water source on hand, because they do, like they advertise, shoot flames out of the barrel. And the last thing we want to do is start a fire that we don't need to start. In conclusion, it is my personal opinion that the shotgun is still relevant. Despite what people say about it being replaced by handguns, semi-automatics, and revolvers, I believe this gun still has a purpose. I believe it still works for home defense. I believe it still works for in your vehicle to extend your range and give you more punch than a handgun does. And I genuinely believe that if you take the time to invest in, build up, shoot, and train with your own home defense shotgun, that you will find it as advantageous as I have this one. Again, I want to give a special shout out to my photographer, Andy. I want to give a special shout out to those of you who have viewed my last couple of videos, to those who view the videos in the future. If you like the content that we're putting out, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and as Andy has reminded me in the past, don't forget to hit the little bell ding-a-ling thing for notifications for future videos. This is Glock Chef, signing off.